Hi everyone and welcome back to today's video. So just so you're aware that I have got the fan on very low because I can't do without it right now. It's just too warm. Although it doesn't look too warm today and it's just past midday. So I just wanted to get on here, do my basic makeup and have a chat. I'm not aware if my Chatty walk with me for mental health has gone up yet. I'm not aware if that's gone up, because I'm filming this one on the day after. So anyway, I've organised my makeup on my humongous chopping board called Makeup Tray. So I don't really put eyeshadow on lately. I just tend to do basic. Yeah, as you can see, this is what we're looking at. Oh gosh, an avalanche, everything. So I just thought I'd get on here and have a chat because I felt like filming. And yesterday's walk for the mental health was perfect. It's sorting my head out. Plus we needed a few bits on Lidl, so you know. It's getting ridiculous with Lidl because the one we go to, the one Neil goes to, because he meets his mum there because his mum lives in Southston, is so badly run and managed that the stock levels, ever since that store got made bigger, they extended it, the stock has been terrible. There's always something they haven't got, and it's not just for a week, it can be several weeks. I hope the coffee isn't a regular thing for the next few weeks, not having it, because that's not good enough. I am not paying £7.25 for Nescafe. I am not. Since when did coffee become this expensive anyway? I think I'm going to rant a bit here, you know. I feel a rant coming on because I'm just fed up with the way the world's going and everything going on. We have an overflowing litter bin down the bottom of this street still. I'll pop a picture here for you. This has looked like this for 3 weeks. I kid you not. Nothing's being emptied. The street looks horrendous with rubbish and etc, etc. And I'm just going to pop my Vaseline on for priming. I found this little pot out and I'm not using it on my lips. I thought I may as well use it for my face. But it's the aloe vera one and I like this. I like the other one as well. The other petroleum jelly. It's not called Vaseline but it's the same thing. It's just fine. So yeah, that bin, nothing's been emptied because that bin's been full for 3 weeks. I am glad I don't live in Birmingham right now because they've had a rubbish strike. It looks like something from the 70s, I kid you not. Because 70s UK had a rubbish strike going on and power cuts at the same time. And piled up, and this is how it looks in Birmingham. There's rubbish piled up because I think what it is basically the council. I'm not going to show you everything I'm using, I'm just popping it on. Basically the council are refusing to do their job of collecting all the rubbish, trash if you're in America or anywhere else you might call it that, because they're being offered a lower pay pack. Basically they're going to be giving lower pay and they're not going to take it, and I hardly blame them either. But for the last few months it's gone on and on and on, and there's rubbish piled high in some areas, not all. Donna, I hope you haven't got this issue. I'm sure you're from Birmingham. And yeah, it's just sky high and it's been like it for months, and people are fly tipping on top and just throwing the rubbish out, etc, etc, in bags. And there's bags are splitting, there's mice, there's rats, there's flies, there's maggots. It's disgusting. I don't want it to become that way around here. We're not got a rubbish drive. There has been word that there's going to be a emptying, recycling every 2 weeks. and I'm not sure how true it is. I've seen it on this video I watched, Rip Off Britain or something. Emptying the recycling every fortnight, and the main rubbish bins rather. I know they call them refuse collectors, but you know, something like that. You know, but I'm like my wording. So every month for the main bin, which is alright if you have someone in the household that will recycle. Me and Neil always recycle, but my cousin doesn't seem to get the grasp of the situation, and so I'm ending up taking stuff out the main bin to wash and put into the recycler. It's irritating as hell. I don't know how you can't grasp it. So anyway, so because it's just 3 of us here, basically we've got about 1, 2 at the most recycle bags every week. So yeah, I kind of am a bit perturbed by it. Even though you're rinsing out your stuff, it still can attract things. I don't mind it attracting foxes. I like foxes, but they'll rip into them, which is not always great, is it? Don't really see that many foxes anyway. I've not seen one of them for years. I think the last time I saw a fox was when these group of, you know, youths, alright, young men actually, young men, was when this group of young men were tormenting a fox. I weren't having it, so I had to go home, told them off. So, I will protect animals, no matter what, always protect the animal. So anyway, that was some years ago, and that was on the part over the road here. You know, these blokes are old enough to know better. But anyway, so I like foxes, but you know, you don't want ripping bags open. Anyway, regardless of that. So, really, it's not ideal to have to hang on to 2 weeks load of recycling before they collect, but it isn't too bad because we don't have a hell of a lot of it. The main litter bin, because we have these big plastic on wheels bins, the wheelie bins, I'll pop a picture there, and so they're all covered up. You can get smaller ones of those and bigger ones, and we got the bigger one. So they're all covered, so that's great, but you know, after a little bit of time they're going to start smelling, and after a month, me and Neil will recycle everything we can recycle, and I'll do the other bits as well because my cousin's incapable of managing it. I don't know how. And so anyway, oh, I haven't got my little brush. So we haven't got much going into that rubbish bin, which is good. We don't have a lot in it. I don't think we put that bin out more than once every 2 to 3 weeks anyway, so it probably won't really affect us. But if you've got a bigger family and you have a lot of both, that's not good, is it? That is not good. That's going to turn into another health hazard because the streets are looking shocking. We used to have a council worker rather, come down every week or so, sweep the streets, regardless of whether we were any good or not. Some of them are shockingly bad, misfits. And so we're not seeing a street cleaner just with a big brush and pan do the streets for ages, over a year, more than a year probably. At least it's, you know, might not be done very well, but at least it's done a bit. So there's rubbish flying around on the streets, and because we live just off a main road, literally 2 doors down, this is the main road. So we live here to near a main road. I'll get my words out in a minute, you know. And so we've got a lot of takeaway places and restaurants. I wouldn't use either of them. They've not got the greatest rating, but it's a multicultural society. We've got a multicultural, you know, all kinds of wakes of life in Leicester. And around here, you know, they like to go to the restaurants on a Friday and Saturday and have a little nice time. And I don't know what they're eating, and I don't know how the food is, but I've seen the back of these places and they're horrendous, and I wouldn't touch the place, but they do seem to go there, and I hope they don't get food poisoning. There's a restaurant down the corner of this street. It's been opened a while now, longest ever I think, because the last 2 or 3 or more got shut down because it was bad. But anyway, so there's all food containers and all whatnot on the street down the main road. So you've got all food going around. I grant you, it's not a great amount, it's not huge, but it's still there, and it's nice all. So you've got all this food hanging around, and vermin and everything coming along to eat it, because they will. Oh, there was a dead pigeon down the street the other day. Oh, I felt for it, I really did. It's already been eaten, you know, the insects have already been at it. So anyway, so I don't know what I'm doing because I'm talking. So that's happening. The bins are not getting emptied. The road sweepers are not doing their job. They're not even coming around in them big machines with the steam and water and stuff and giving it a little bit of a swim as well. So, you know, it's looking shocking. So if you're living in the UK right now, are you finding this as well? Because I'd be interested to know. Tell me in the comments. Or anywhere else in the world that you're getting this issue, because it's disgusting. When did it become this bad in the UK? When? I remember in the 80s, you know, in the 90s as well, and it was not like this. You'd have council workers emptying the bins, sweeping the streets and all of that. So if we're not going to get our rubbish collected and our recycling for... My eyebrows haven't been done for a bit, I've got to do them. Now you haven't been collected for 2 weeks on one and 4 on another, and there's a big family and all that. Because there are some families in this street, quite a few, and you think, oh my god, that's going to be awful. Because it's just going to attract everything. And as cute as mice are, I don't find rats cute at all. I think they've got them pointy noses and menacing faces. Don't ask me why I think like that. And so, mice might be cute, but you don't want them running around in your house. We just recently managed to get rid of another one. Don't happen a lot in here, or well, in this house, but it does happen every now and then. And it's not very comfortable when you think, we've got a mouse. We have got all the things in place. Unfortunately, we do have to use things to kill them. So I'm sorry about that if that offends. But you can't have vermin like that running in the house because they are vermin. So anyway, but no, I can't touch any real wood right now, so I won't say anything. I jinx it. So, anyway, so it's not helping the situation. So we've got all this going on. Plus, supermarkets taking a mickey. I know the cost of living goes up, and I know I've watched videos from the 70s and the 60s, and particularly when they had the Great Depression, was the 30s. And this was before it headed into the World War Two. World War Two, not the World War Two. And so that was bad. I think the stock market crashed, if I remember. So it's always been going on. Inflation has always been a thing. Is the problem. I'll just quickly do this brow. I do need a tidy. A bit wispy. Wispy. I ain't got a brow to be wispy. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So, here is the thing I'm finding. Since when? I know things go up, like I say, and all of that. But we're on rip-off Britain big time now. We really are. I know other places in the world are suffering. I've seen people do videos in the US and say their prices, and I'm just shocked. I cannot believe it. It was like, how much? And don't even go there on takeaways. I mean, since when did a regular sized portion of chips from a chippy cost you £4? What? Let alone fish and chips. I think it's getting on for 20 quid. Never used to be like that. So yeah, it's rip off Britain. We're being ripped off. We have never ever before now, if my mum was alive now, she'd be shocked. She'd be appalled. Never ever have we seen cereal £4 a box, £5 a box, and it's not a huge box, it's a small box, 500 grams some of them, £4.50, £5, Weetabix for a box of 72 is, on the last time I looked, was £9, or was it 8? It could have been £8. I couldn't believe it. I thought, who's buying branded products these days? Because it's all the branded stuff that seems to be the most dear. And like as I say, I'm having the shakes today. I missed me lower lash line then. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I'm using these pencils again and it's starting to work. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm not buying branded as much as possible. However, if you do, here's something I found really good. If you have a local B&M to you, I'm pretty sure they're all doing it. They've got a 5 for £5 on, and you get a 4 pints of milk, or 2.1 litres that is. I go on the pints. 4 pints of milk. 6 eggs, medium eggs, more like small, because they've changed in size. I can rant all day about this, honestly. I need a life. A loaf of Warburton's bread, the full size loaf, the 800 gram. A packet of Thai food tea, if you like that tea, and it's alright, and there's 100 tea bags. And 1 kg bag of sugar for £5. That is a good price. It is a good price, and that takes me back to late 90s, early 2000s sort of prices. That does, because you used to be able to get a loaf of bread for £1 back then. My mum would probably tell you she used to be able to get a loaf of bread for about 40 pence, and it was a decent loaf because my mum was fussy with bread, and so am I. So I think that stems from her, you know. So I don't know, I haven't got my mascara out, so I wasn't very organised. So oh, there you are. I'm having to go to that makeup bag now because my makeup case, which the camera is on, is the hinges are gone. So one day I'd lift it up and it would just completely open at the bottom, and I don't want to do that. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to use my eyelash curlers because I really don't like them. But it really does work well. Yeah, I'll use them. So I'm going to quickly just comb my lashes. This is a job in itself. I've left the room light on, I didn't really need it. However, it's adding to the lighting, so it doesn't matter. Oh, and if you can see white bits on this top, it's because we're having a struggle at the minute. And we think we found out the issue. I only use the washing machine on the shortest wash, and it's normally alright. But lately, every time we've got the washing out, it's got white marks on. And it's really annoying, and the washing machine's been cleaned. So, thinking it could be the pipe to the washing machine needing a clean, probably. But surely that sort of cleans itself as the washing's going through, I would imagine. So anyway, trying to work this thing out. So I'm looking online for answers. And I think because we're using a short wash for about half an hour, sometimes I'll use the 45-minute one. It's always been fine before. And we use these little pod things, which has got the detergent in and the softener. It was the ones Mum left behind, I'm still using because she left behind a lot, the bold ones. And we think they're not having time to dissolve, so it's marks from that. So I'm going to have to put them back in again. And I don't know whether to just leave it on plain water wash because they've already been detergent. They've already had that detergent on. Or do I put a little bit of detergent in? But we're going to have to use a long wash, which is what I don't want to do. But it looks like we're going to have to use one of the long cycles just to do that, because I try to save money where we can. I'm glad I curled my lashes. That's alright. I've not put eyeshadow on for, I think I wore it last Saturday. And then I didn't wear makeup from last Sunday, and this is the first time in that time I've put makeup on. I've got my skincare on. I always do my skincare. Finally finished that last little bit of tea tree face wash, so I can use my new one. Oh my goodness, I thought that tiny bit of facial wash, because it's a foaming one, you know, would go in a couple of days because there wasn't a lot in there. Over a week, I couldn't believe it. It was bottomless. I swear it was bottomless. It just kept giving. Finally used it yesterday, so I used my new one this morning. I do like to go and wash my face properly most of the time. Although I will use the micellar water if and when needed. So there's a video coming of that, or there's already a video up of that. I actually am not sure whether it's out yet. And yeah, thumbs up to that micellar water, it's very nice. I'm glad it's nice because the plain one in that years ago, something in the ingredients wasn't good and it made my under eyes very sore. Within a couple of uses they were really sore, so I had to stop using it and get rid. But this one seems perfectly fine, and I've used it I didn't use it yesterday, but I've used it every day since I've had it, except yesterday. So about 6 days, I think, in a row. And it's been really nice. Because you still need to do your skincare twice a day, regardless of wearing makeup or not. Okay, so I just need to do the last couple of bits. This has probably been the biggest ramble of a video. I kid you not. But I wanted to film and talk to you. So, here we are. Right, I'll just put some blusher on. Really love this palette. Still not managing to pan any of the other ones. But that one's getting bigger. And if I can just get that completely panned this year, that'd be great. But I do like the other colours as well. Except for that. Don't like that one. It comes out of shitty brown. Sorry about that, but it does. So, I'm going to use that peachy one today. I don't like that mirror. Seems to be grainy. Do you find some mirrors are better than others? Or is that just me? Because this mirror makes my face look smooth. And I like that. But that one makes me look grainy and I'm not up for it. What have I got there? That's it. Got a bit on my nails. I'll probably over blushing again. I just wanted to say also, I know these film review videos and stuff are just something I'm doing now randomly as a bonus content, and I'm just shocked at how well the last one's just done. I am really shocked, so thank you everyone for that. Thank you very much. I'm not the best at it, but you know what, something must have changed, or you just like the film, I don't know. But you know, practice makes perfect. If you keep practicing something, you will get it right eventually. So, yeah. Right, let's use this. Knackered packaging. Love the product though. Absolutely love it. You know what? I can't get it. Unless I go on Vinted or something, you'll probably find it on there. You can't buy this anymore. They discontinued it. Belpierre, why? But, yeah, I'll have a look on Vinted or something when I need to. And I can. And yeah, I love it. As you can see, completely panned one. I'm heading towards panning the other two, so I'll only have two left. I've been using the other two a bit because I don't tend to, so I'm going to use that middly one. Technical term. And just pop a bit there. The packaging's horrendous, so it broke really quickly. Some high-end packaging really needs to be better, because you're paying £25 for this. You're not now because you haven't got it, but £25 for this, and this is what I'm left with, and that's splitting off. That's why all this tape's on, because that's, you know, what I'm left with. And you have to press that in sometimes as well. So, yeah, the packaging really needs to meet the price, and it's not. But I really do like that highlighter. I really like it. If you find that on Vinted, I'll tell you what it is, if I can see it. Belpierre Cosmetics Heatwave Highlighting Palette. That's what it is. And I love it. Look, it looks really nice. I don't think that shows a cast, even though, you know, it's a little bit darker than the ones you use. It's beautiful. So let's watch it. Let's watch it. I'm going to swatch this for you. Oh dear goodness. I don't know whether that's the right washing stuff for me. Now, I can't swatch the one that's panned completely because there's no product in it. There's like little bits, but I just can't get my finger into that. So there's only 4. This will probably not look anything on camera. I don't know why. It's it's not looking great in the hand, and it's gorgeous. It is subtle, so take that as you do. But if you like subtle highlighters, this is a palette for you. It really is. And if you can find that on Vinted or Depop, then do so. And I'm sure it'll be quite a reduced price. And you can get unused ones on there, or just slightly used and just, you know, disinfect them yourself. It's not called disinfect, I can't think of the word. Yeah, it is subtle, but it's gorgeous. I really like it. That was from my friend, and I really do like it a lot. She didn't want to be named though, so I'm not going to say. But yeah, sent me a few bits, and this was in there, and I really like it a lot. It's gorgeous, and when I've used it up, I'm going to want another one, because that's one thing I will buy again. Well, buy, because I didn't buy this one. Anyway, I am done. I don't think I've waffled on that much, so I might waffle on a bit more. It's 32 minutes, it's ridiculous. So yeah, it's just like everything's going up in the supermarket all the time, and you can go along quite happily without things rising in price. Quite happily. And then all of a sudden something goes up whole 10 pence. Now if you haven't got anything but yourself to look after, and you're living with your parents and they take care of the food and the bills and everything, you are the most luckiest person in the world. Really, yes, you are the luckiest person in the world. You haven't got anything to think about. I miss those days. So you may think, oh, it's only 10 pence. But if you've got everything paying out, you're having to get all your own food every fortnight we go. And once a fortnight I'll go to Lidl, because we'll have to supplement it. And we like the cheesecake, but to be fair, the packaging changed on that, the colour, but it's still, you know, it's still the same. We've got one. We have one today. So, oh, top tip. If you want to do the cheesecake, so when you've got it from the freezer, plate it while it's frozen. So what I do is, it comes on a foil tray. So I cut the foil tray all the way around, a few cuts, and then I tear the foil tray so it's on the plate, and I tear all the way around it. You can normally get that off all the way around while it's frozen, and you can lift it off and put it on your plate. That is the best way to do it, because it's not defrosted and awkward to do. And then you could just slice it, and you're not having to struggle getting the thing sliced in the packaging and getting it out. That's how you do it. And we've got covers for the microwave, you know, those plastic things, so just use one of them to cover it over and put it in the fridge, and it's great. Anyway, so yeah, the cost of living is terrible, and if you're only having to look after yourself, just be thankful for that. I think that is a washing mart, I don't know, might pop makeup on it already. Yeah, it's a wash mart, you see what I mean? I had to wear this top today, because it's pink and I wanted it on. Anyway, I looked at it and thought, no, it's not too bad. So, anyway, yeah, the cost of living is terrible, and 10 pence is a lot when you're having to buy all your own shopping, food shopping, and you know, it's 10p here and 5p there and a few pence there. It mounts up, it really mounts up, and you know, it's crazy. £9 for cereal. Why are we paying £9 for cereal? Why are we paying nearly £2 for a can of baked beans, Heinz baked beans, which quality has gone down shockingly? Why are we paying nearly £2 for a can of soup? The Heinz soup is awful. The last one I had was watery. I will not buy it again. Big soup. Why is that nearly £2? Why are we paying nearly £2 nearly now for a loaf of decent, you know, branded bread? Why are we having to pay such high prices? Since when was Rip Off Britain, you know, this is Rip Off Britain, as I'm saying. Since when were we getting so ripped off in this country? We never used to pay such high prices, and this has only been going on about 3 years, I think. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and energy prices going sky high. We can't live. Elderly people that have only got a pension, and a basic one at that, how are they surviving this? How are they? Because they have to make a decision whether they heat their home, not right now, it's fairly decent weather, or eat food, and it's disgusting, and the government is doing nothing. And petrol prices are going up if you've got a vehicle. My only vehicle is my trolley, and that don't take any petrol, you know. It's knackered. I've got to get my new one ordered, but I've not got my vouchers yet from Misplay because it's taking ages. I might have to pop in an email to them and shift them. You have to do that sometimes. Yeah, it's just... Oh. And Misplay, another thing. Your points to get your first £5 voucher is getting stupid. It used to be when I started 1900 points, and it crept to 20, and it keeps going up and up and up. It's crazy. Not only is the food shops taking the mickey and energy prices taking the mickey, but you are too. Not on Just Play, well actually no, Just Play. Their games are becoming lower points. So yeah, they're taking the mickey as well. And it's not great. It's not great. Yes, you're giving me a few pence per level of a game or whatever it's going to be. Sometimes it's quite good. When you don't rip me off and not give me it at all. That's happened on a couple of occasions just recently. I'm not very happy about. And they won't do anything about it. You tell them and they'll say you haven't followed the instructions properly. I'm playing the game to the level. What instructions do I need? So this is full on. So anyway, you know, Rip Off Britain. We're not getting the streets cleaned, and there's all muck everywhere. And charities are putting their charity banks, you know, closed banks about, and we're not getting them emptied. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I've noticed the parks are having their bins emptied, so why not the streets? And there's not that many bins along this street, there's just not, and they're all single bins, there need to be double ones. So yeah, it's getting on my nerves a bit, you know, because I look on the Aldi website once a fortnight before the shopping just to check all the prices. Neil finds it amazing how I remember every price, because we got another app where it will total all the shopping up, because otherwise you're just sort of guessing what your total is going to be ish. Well, you're not, because he would do it on the phone, on the calculator. Anyway, I think it's called Shopping Calculator. I'll pop the link picture here and the name. And it's great. You write down all your shopping list, you type it out, you put all the prices next to it, and then you'll have a checkbox. You can add the checkbox. And what it'll do is each item you buy, tick the box, and it'll tally all the old total for you, and you'll know what you're spending. That is fantastic, that app. I got it and I used it yesterday, and I've used it a couple of times now, and it's brilliant. Yeah, and Neil can't believe it, because he went through it with me, because we got everything written down. He goes, how much is this, how much is that, and I just went, such. He went, how are you memorising these? I don't know how I'm doing it myself, but I am. Anyway, so yeah, it's just ridiculous. Tell me in the comments how you're getting on with Rip Off Britain, how you're dealing with coping day-to-day life, and not just in the UK, you know, anywhere in the world. I know you're all going through it. When is this going to stop? When is this going to stop? It's stupid. Nobody should have to pay £1.55 in supermarkets for 4 pints of milk. Nobody should be paying that. Luckily, over at B&M at the moment, it's £1.45 for 4 pints. But their storage is a bit shocking sometimes, and milk can go bad earlier, and I'm not happy about that. Earlier than the date, expiration date, expiry date is what we call it. It's stupid. Nobody should be having to pay that. I remember when you could go and get a 4 pint of milk for £1, you know. I am that old of a girl, but you know, and it's not all that long ago really. Milk shockingly went up and up and up in the last 3 years, because it used to be that pound. A loaf of decent, well, branded bread, Warburtons, etc. you could, pardon me, you could get for £1. You could get a packet of Warburton's crumpets for under £1 and they're over £1. You could get just your basic items. Like, I've seen 500-gram tubs of spread. It's not butter and it's not margarine. It's I don't know. I just call it spread. And we get the Aldi one, so it's 99p. It used to be 95. Probably used to be lower than that. And a lot of branded ones are nearing £3 for 500 grams. For what? Why are you charging us this when that product, even though it was probably on offer at £1, but £1.25, £1.50 at most for that size, a branded one like Flora, and now it's £3, probably a bit over. That is crazy. That is stupid. I'm not paying it. I'm just not. I refuse it. Cheese. I am so disappointed with the cheese at the minute. We get a block of cheese. This is going to be a long video, by the way. I'm sorry. I need to run. Apparently. A 900-gram block of cheese that lasts us 2 weeks. Because we are cheese fiends and we like it. We get the Aldi Essentials, which is £4.99 now and used to be £3.50. 900 gram extra mature. That cheese is terrible lately. Only one block of that we've had since all this price rise, etc, etc. That has been half decent in 12 months. All the rest is terrible. I've had enough. Paying £5 for that. It's got no flavour, it's rubbery, or it's brittle, or, you know, it's just got no flavour. Extra mature, you'll be having a job calling it mild, love. It's just terrible. Really, really terrible. I don't want cheese to be tasting nothing. There's no point having it. I love cheese, but I don't like being ripped off. What's going on? Cheese is easy to produce. It's easy. You just leave it and let it mature to the level and off you go. This is supposed to be mature cheddar. No, it's not. I hate to think what the mild one tastes like, because this is shocking. So, I'm getting fed up. But if you get a 400 gram block, although they probably shaved the size, it's £3. What? Oh, and don't get me started with size and shrinkflation, because that's something else. I need a new channel for this, you know. I don't. It's enough to keep one channel going. So, shrinkflation. Bars of chocolate going down in size, which I noticed a few years back. But it's not just that. I mean, chocolate, 200 gram bar in Aldi, I used to be paying 99p for when Stuart was there. £1.69. Recently gone up 10p. Every time that goes up, it goes up a full 10 pence. I'm lucky I don't pay for that. We don't have to pay for that. My lovely mother-in-law Julie pays for that, and I thank her hugely for all the help she's given us. It needs to, you know, everything needs to come to a head so we can live properly again, because I am so fed up. I am so fed up. Everything Stuart's gone, and then ever since Stuart went, and then my mum went, she turned 80 the other day, if she was here. 80 on Tuesday. Had a few tears. Less said about that the better, because that day was horrendous. You know, it was a very nice day. Oh, see, guys, I miss her. Miss them both. Hold it together, Ness. Come on, pull yourself together. And that's how it goes. Yeah, it's stupid prices. I just want my life back, because I don't feel like I'm living a life at the minute. I just don't. I feel like I'm existing, but not living. And some days are better than others. I grant you, today is not too bad, but just need everything sorted out. So anyway, but it's ridiculous. I mean, I wonder when that cheese block's going to go down in size. I wonder when the chocolate's going to go down in size. I wonder, because every time you go, it seems something's either shrunk in size and they're trying to make out it's not. I mean, Robinson's orange juice, for instance, is diluted. 1 litre bottle, 750 mils now. Are you joking? So I won't buy that. I love the Robinsons. My mum gave me a taste for the Robinsons. It's her fault. But she used to buy that a lot. She wouldn't be now, I can tell you. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. We just need to stop being ripped off, because we're being ripped off left, right and centre. And goodness knows how you're managing it if you're in London and you're renting property. My goodness. Because I know London's higher price than here, because it always is. Anyway, this is not going to run into 1 hour. It's 48 minutes. I am so sorry. I hope you've got a drink and a snack. I try to keep it to half an hour. Sometimes it's just impossible. So anyway, I've not really done much of makeup, you know, so there's not much point coming close up. It's just basic. So I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I'm going to get some Scotch pancakes with some yoghurt on. Nom nom. That is lovely. So I'm going to get those. I will see you again soon. Please do all that lovely stuff. Like, comment, subscribe and share. It really does help out my channel. Remember the thumbs up. Please do remember the thumbs up, because that really helps too. It helps you to push out my video more to more people, rather than just a small group of people. It just makes it so it pushed out some more, which is what I've just said basically, and just tried to elaborate on it. So anyway, I will see you again very soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye.